On today's JMO at Josh and Joe, we have NBA playoff talk. Bring out the brooms. Definitely bringing out the brooms for one, maybe two of the series.
Sweep, sweep.
Sweep, sweep, bitches. Talk a little Carmelo Anthony retiring. Then we move on to OTDISH on this day in sports history. I present a couple of wow stats.
Wowie.
Some wow stats. Moving on to the NFL, we got R.I.P. in peace Jim Brown, lost a legend. And then we do our top network sounds, top network theme songs. We do our draft.
Ooh,
we have our top
yeah.
5. We'll post it on social media so everybody can vote. Then we finish off with some PGA talk and some NHL hockey talk.
Let's rock and roll.
Welcome to JMO, Josh and Joe. It is Tuesday, May 23rd. And Joe, bring out the brooms because the Lakers just got fucking swept, baby.
I think it's going to be a sweep on both ends of the floor.
I see what you did there. The Lakers, at least here's the thing with the Lakers. At least the Lakers they look like they fucking tried. Like at least they did something. The Celtics just like rolled over and laid on their back and just let the Miami Heat just stab them to death.
Look, I've placed criticism on LeBron James quite a bit, and just for the tidbit stuff, tic-tac, that stuff here and there. But I have to give him credit. I mean, the guy didn't go down.
He didn't stop. I mean,
Yeah.
He also didn't stop complaining to the refs. But that's classic LeBron James.
I mean, come on, that's career long.
Yeah, that's typical. But congrats to the Nuggets. They are not only the 23 Western Conference champions, they are also the 2020 Western Conference champions because we said that whoever wins this year, they kind of get both years because that's just
It's by default.
Yeah, but the bubble year doesn't count.
Yeah.
And we're finally in a season where like pretty much COVID's all the way done. Like you still see a couple of weirdos out there with the masks on, and for the life of me I don't know why. But it's pretty much done. So we finally had a full year of NBA where there was no COVID.
So, like, the NBA gods are telling us, like, it's completely over. This is a reset. We get to redo the 2020 finals.
Yes. And this is the way it would have gone if there hadn't been COVID. So the Nuggets would have beat the Lakers. So congratulations to the Nuggets 2 times. LeBron James looking old. He looks a little old. If you watch Game 4, he had 31 points in the first half. Balled the fuck out.
Yeah.
And ran out of gas.
Yeah, I mean, to his credit, he is actually old. I mean, I think we just kind of think he's just Superman and just, like, is going to be able to play all the time. And I guess we're spoiled with, like, Michael Jordan still tempting us that he's going to come back, that he can, still ball out. But, yeah, no, I guess what I'm saying is, like, we don't realize how old he is. I guess we just assume if they don't look like, a Tim Duncan or, Haslam?
Adonis Haslam?
Yeah, if they don't look, have, like, white all up and down their beards and hair, like, then they're not technically old. It's like, oh, no, you're still young. Get out there, whippersnapper. Right,
yeah. That's why I said he's looking older now. Like,
yeah.
He's definitely old. Like 38 by NBA standards is absolutely insane. Like I don't understand how the NBA works. It's such a young person's game nowadays. It's always like looking at who's going to be the next one coming up. Who's going to be the next one coming up because fuck man, you start turning like 30, 32, 33 years old, you're old. You're old in the NBA, which makes no sense to me because it's like the least contact sport besides like maybe baseball. And you got these hockey players that are playing in the league for 45 fucking years. And like Jaromir Jagr literally played for like 25 seasons or something like that. Mm-hmm. And this is hockey where you're on skates, you're on thin little skates, and you're getting slammed up against walls and up against other players. You're sliding down on this rock hard ice. Like the ice is harder than the wooden floors for sure. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't make any sense why NBA is such a young person's game.
Maybe if you have like equipment, like if you have like a hockey stick or like maybe a club.
What if they just gave them canes? They just ran around with canes and
Okay.
And they just like beat each other with it while they're.
They might be able to last longer because I mean think about it. Think how long golf players play.
They play for a while.
long time. They have a club.
Yeah, but why aren't they good at, like, Mickelson? He won one recently at like 50 years old, and that was the oldest. Which I don't understand, like, how like people in their 40s aren't like better. Like, it's all these like young guys in their mid 20s, early 30s that are winning all the golf. I feel like the older guys should be winning golf. Like, it just seems like something that the more you play, the better you get. It doesn't take very much effort. Like, I get it if you have an injury.
I mean, old man golf is consistent.
Yeah, it is. It is. Let's get back to the game. Game three was awesome for LeBron haters. So the game 3 with the Nuggets Lakers, if you're a LeBron James hater, that was basically your shining moment. Mm-hmm. He missed in clutch time. He missed threes that he should have easily made. He just looked bad. He just was not good, and he didn't will his team to victory. Now, I will say this: he did come back in Game 4 and kind of take over the first half at least. But
yeah,
that Game 3, it was great. I was smiling. It was nice. I felt like I was on cloud 9. The Lakers went down 0-3. It was great. It was great. I almost put a big bet on Game 4 on the Lakers. I just for some reason I thought the Lakers were going to win that one.
Well, I mean, to your credit, they were up by 15 and just lost the lead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they just, I don't know if it was just second half adjustments by the Nuggets or if it was like just the Lakers ran out of gas. D'Angelo Russell's bad. They need a new point guard, and rumor has it, Kyrie Irving. He was at game. Kyrie Irving was at Game 4 in LA.
Okay.
And rumor has it that Kyrie might be the new point guard for the Lakers next year.
Well, it's a part of like LeBron James' custom that anytime he gets knocked out of the playoffs or gets knocked out of the finals, he has to tamper with other players. Right. He did it with AD. He was able to get AD. I guess he did it with Kyrie back in the day whenever he was, I guess, bringing himself back to Cleveland. Mm-hmm. It's tamper season for LeBron James.
Yep. That officially began last night. Tamper season began last night. Kyrie, I think Kyrie's figuring out that he is a cancer and that the only cure to himself is LeBron James.
He's realizing it now. Yeah. After the breakup, he had that realization moment. Maybe took him a little longer than he should have.
It took him forever. It took him a bunch of like ex-girlfriends. Yeah. Like he needed to date a few teams first before he realized, okay, that was the one I was the happiest with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just happened to be LeBron James. This is the first time the Nuggets are going to the finals. I didn't realize that. I thought they might have gone when Melo was there back in the mid-2000s, but this is the first time the Nuggets are going to the finals.
He got close. They went to the Western Conference Finals and got knocked out by Kobe.
Oh, okay.
And the Lakers.
Well, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah.
But did you see that the Western Conference Finals trophy in Jokic's hand?
No.
It looked like a miniature trophy. It was so funny. It was tiny. This thing was like it was the size of his forearm.
Yeah.
Which I mean, like, if I'm being honest, his forearm's fucking probably the size of my leg. But yeah, dude. The Nuggets they don't look like they can be beat. It doesn't look like it either. Like, as well as Miami's playing, the matchup, it's a matchup nightmare. Jokic in and of himself is a matchup nightmare. The only team that I thought might be able to pose a threat to him was LA, and they just swept him.
Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't help when you have a player like his caliber. I mean, not only does he have his size and his passing ability, but when he just starts throwing shots up and they actually are going in, like, does he sometimes he just doesn't look like he's a player. He knows what he's doing, but the shot goes in.
Yeah, there are sometimes where he just like looks like an uncoordinated, gangly giraffe and just chucks up threes and then it goes in.
And it just drops in. It's like, it's baffling.
It does. You can't explain it.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist, actually. I think it's just a phantom, a figment of our imagination that he's hypnotized the entire country of America.
Okay.
That's what he did. But yeah, congrats Nuggets. Do you have anything else on this one? It was a sweep. It kind of sucks because like the NBA's playoffs have been actually fairly goddamn entertaining so far. Mm-hmm. I've enjoyed it all. Like, these conference finals kind of sucked just because like they've been like They haven't been Well, we'll get to the Heat Celtics, but the Lakers Nuggets series hasn't been like too many blowouts. Like the Game 4 was actually close.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I just wish it would have gone in. I mean, you want every series to go into Game 7, but they're both kind of suck in the sense that like both might get swept.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was hoping for something a little bit better. You ready? You want to go on to Heat Celtics since we're here?
Yeah, we can.
Is it going to be a sweep? Joe Mazzulla is getting fired for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Here's the thing. I don't even think that if they somehow come back down 0-3 to win the Eastern Conference Finals, and then win the finals, I still don't think that'll save Joe Mazzulla's job.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't kind of, go off to the cliff, with you on there. But I mean, you do make a good point.
He's just not a good coach. He's not a good coach at all, and I don't know. For some reason, I don't know if if Brad Stevens just doesn't know how to use technology. All he knows is basketball. But put an earpiece in Joe Mazzulla's ear because he's not doing anything. All right, we need to start selling Joe Mazzulla's unused timeouts on eBay. We need to just go on Facebook Marketplace and sell those because people are selling weird shit nowadays. You saw they sold rain from the Taylor Swift concert. They were selling
crazy.
rain from Taylor Swift concert. They sold sand from the beach that Tom Brady was on when they had that. Remember that picture that he took back in the day or like last year of him throwing a football on the beach?
Well, wasn't it his retirement?
Yeah, it was his retirement, but he was just on the beach, and they were selling that sand.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to sell Joe Mazzulla's unused timeouts.
Unused timeouts? Okay.
Yeah, throw it up on Craigslist, eBay, all of them.
Yeah.
Because he just doesn't like using timeouts. I just don't. I think like if he uses a timeout, that means he just has to speak to his team and sound like he knows what he's doing, but when in reality, he's a deer in the headlights.
Yeah. It's kind of the comparison of an old player and a young player. You know how like a young player is like one that's going to be like, oh, we don't need a timeout. We're just going to keep playing because they still have energy to run the floor. But an old player is going to be like, all right, hey, let's take a timeout here. We got to recharge our energy. He can kind of notice the game kind of like swaying a little bit in different momentum. That's kind of like Joe Mazzulla being a young coach compared to an older coach. Like he can tell like, hey, my players are kind of tired out there. They're not performing as well. We need to get a timeout, momentum change. Whereas Joe Mazzulla is like, oh, let's go, fast.
Or he's just like, what's happening? I don't know.
That probably could be.
You want to know? So you want to be wowed? You want to say wow?
Wow.
You want to say wow?
I want to.
I'm gonna hit you with something that's gonna make you say wow.
Okay.
Speaking of old people, so Joe Mazzulla and Jimmy Butler, this isn't the first time they have gone against each other. In college.
Oh, that wasn't it? Okay.
No, that wasn't it. In college, Marquette knocked off West Virginia. Guess who was on Marquette's team? Jimmy Butler. Knocked off West Virginia. Joe Mazzulla on that West Virginia team.
Wow.
Jimmy Butler just dominates Joe Mazzulla. I think that's what it is.
He just has his number.
Yeah, that's it. And he's had it since college. But the wow part was just like they're the same age.
Yeah, that is crazy. You know what? You know what Boston probably tried to do? Did they try to mimic the NFL, how the NFL is going after younger coaches? And they were like, oh, let's bring that to the NBA. And it just didn't work.
It's not working.
It's not working.
I think the NBA is an old person, or the coaches in the NBA need to be old people.
Well, because it's the egos.
What do you mean?
It's the egos from the players. You got way bigger egos. As much as there is egos in the NFL, there's way bigger egos in the NBA.
I agree with you on that one, but I feel like the NBA is just trying to get to the point where their coaches are like buddies with them, and they're not like mentors anymore. From what I've seen, it's the coaches that have like lasted longer end up doing better over that time. So like you create like the Spurs or the Heat or like the the Golden State Warriors, like Steve Kerr, Greg Popovich, Eric Spoelstra. Those guys have been in with those teams for a while. They create these dynasties. They create these systems that end up working, and then they just keep piecing it together.
They create the culture.
There you go. Heat culture, baby.
Yep.
The announcers need to chill the fuck out with all the and he was undrafted. Like, they are obsessed with the undrafted players on Miami Heat.
Yes.
They need to chill out. Like, we get it, bro. We've heard this storyline the entire playoffs. The Heat have like 5 undrafted players that are just kicking the shit out of the Celtics. Mm-hmm. We get it. Chill out, okay?
Yeah, and they act like it's like a 47 round like MLB draft where it's like, oh, how did these guys get undrafted? It's like, dude, there's only 2 rounds in the NBA.
2 rounds. That's it. I
mean, the other players got to work their ass off.
There's a shit ton of college basketball teams.
Yeah.
A shit ton. So the fact that there's only 2 drafts, well, it makes sense that there's only 2 drafts because of the amount of teams and players on each team in the NBA. So, like, that all makes sense. But still, like, it's crazy. He's undrafted. Yeah, no, it's not that crazy.
Settle down, Dick.
Yeah, serious. Let's see. Let's give some credit to Eric Spoelstra and the Heat, okay? Because they have been playing as a unit. Jimmy Butler is we should probably do a DNA test on him, and I think he's Michael Jordan's kid.
It's kind of been going around.
Yeah, it has been going around. I think he's Michael Jordan's kid. That I forget which game it was. I think it was game 3. Grant Williams kind of poked the bear, not to bring Dylan Brooks back into the equation, but he poked the bear and he went after Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler gave it right back to him. And I'm talking dominated him.
Yeah, if there's a common theme throughout these playoffs like winners and losers throughout this playoffs, like a big time loser is poking a bear.
Yes. So the pokers are the losers.
The pokers are the losers.
The bear has been the winner.
Yes.
You don't poke the bear.
The bear has been like cocaine bear, in this scenario.
Yes. He is. Bear did cocaine. Did you ever watch that movie?
I did not. I did not. I felt like I had to do cocaine in order to watch that movie and to be on that energy level.
Yeah, I just don't it didn't really appeal to me. Like, it was a good story. Like, a bear did cocaine and ripped through the forest for like 15 hours or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool. That was fun, but I don't want to watch a whole movie on it.
Well, I'm going to be hammered one of these nights, and I'm going to be scrolling through and see it like on Amazon Prime or something like that. And that's when I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, let's watch this shit. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to like crash probably. No, I think it'll be I feel like that actually be your line, basically.
That might be your line, yeah.
It might be your line to go.
Okay, well, now that was our cocaine talk. Don't do cocaine. If you do, make sure you get it tested. Fentanyl's going around crazy these days,
true.
So get
very
it tested.
True.
I'm not going to sit here and say don't do drugs because, I mean, I can't really talk. I like to party. So if you're going to do them, be safe about it, okay? But let's get back to the basketball. How long after the Celtics lose, because let's just call a spade. They're going to lose this series, okay? How long after they lose the last game do you think it'll take before Joe Mazzulla gets fired? Or do you think they've already printed up the papers and they're just going to hand it to him as he's walking out the door?
Maybe take off, from Miami and leave and not bring him on the plane.
You just leave him in Miami?
Just leave him in Miami.
He's got his bags just sitting there like, where? Oh, no, Joe Mazzulla, you're flying coach because you are fired.
You are fired. Well, it wouldn't have been the first time. I mean, we've seen this with Lane Kiffin back in the day.
Yes, we did. That was funny.
Yes,
that was
very
funny. That was when he was at USC, huh?
Yes.
It was that he just left him.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Lane Kiffin though. He's I hate him when he plays LSU, but damn, he is. Oof.
He's good for college football.
He's good for sports in general, but specifically college football. Yeah. So the game's going on right now. Let's see. I guess we can do a live update on this. The Celtics are beating the Heat. Wow, they're beating the Heat 88-83 with 9:41 left in the fourth. So we'll keep an eye on that one. I think Jimmy Butler's gonna pull through and take over the fourth quarter. So we'll see. We'll keep it updated. But let's move on. Carmelo Anthony retires. Sad day. I mean, you knew it. Obviously, the fact that he was still in the league. I actually didn't even know he was still in the league this year.
He's definitely one of those notifications that it was like, wow, he actually still is in the league. I just saw the same thing today with Adrian Peterson. He hasn't retired yet, and mentally, he hasn't retired.
No.
But
wait, Adrian Peterson still hasn't retired?
He still hasn't retired.
He's a free agent out there, huh?
Yeah. So, it's just one of those things. Like, I saw that notification, and I saw this one, and I was like, oh, man, he hadn't retired yet. But
this is weird.
Yeah.
I like to call him Mr. USA Basketball. Not Mr. Basketball, Mr. USA Basketball. He's on all those Olympic teams.
Yep.
Won all those Olympic gold medals. It was awesome. Watching him, he was at Syracuse. Mm-hmm. One of the better teams I've ever seen. It's like one of the better, just NCAA March Madness tournament performances I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. It was amazing. Let's see, what else did he do? Some of his accolades. I like looking these up. In 2014, a game versus Charlotte, he scored 62 points. That was his record.
Okay.
He recorded 22 rebounds in one game versus the Suns in 2010. He is the youngest player ever to log a double-double in a playoff game. He is 19 years old and 331 days, so right before his 20th birthday, which I thought that was surprising. I thought LeBron James would have had that one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true because not only just because of who LeBron James is, but how young he came into the league.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and how good he was. It's the immediate impact he had coming into the league. But yeah, Carmelo Anthony, he was fun to watch at the Nuggets. He was a big time shooter. He shot so many times. He was a nice stat patter though. He was good to have on your fantasy team, if you wanted scoring. But yeah, Carmelo Anthony retires.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he never got a ring, but oh well, can't always get what you want.
Yeah. Are they gonna have Denver's gonna have that number problem? I know they.
Yeah. They might.
Yeah, there have been talks about having that around the internet stratosphere right now about how it might be a number retiring issue with him and Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
However, I believe that from what I've heard, you can retire the same number with two players.
Yeah, but I that always messed with my mind because there's no single digits left for the Yankees to wear. The Yankees players, they've retired all their single-digit numbers.
Yeah.
They're going to run out of numbers. What are they going to do? Are you going to be, and coming up to the mound, number 268, Garrett Williams.
Yeah.
Or whatever, whatever the new, the name is. But,
yeah, just imagine the ref, spelling out 2,545. It's
Yeah, exactly. They're just motioning at the camera for 5 minutes. And it's oh, you wanted to make baseball shorter? Fuck off. So yeah, that's Mr. USA Basketball. Carmelo Anthony retires. The NBA is considering changing the All-Star game to the Eastern versus Western, and they're gonna make it. I think they're gonna make it to where that determines something, probably home court advantage for the finals, but they're trying to make the All-Star game meaningful because right now it's just it's a lot of offense, but it just kind of it's the same thing over and over. There's no competition. It kind of takes the fun out of the game.
Yeah, there's no defense at all.
Nothing.
Not even trying.
I like it to mean something. I think all the All-Star games is the Pro Bowl is weird. It's hard to do that in NFL. But now that's unless they did an All-Star break in the middle of the season, the other sports do. Then they can make it. But Pro Bowl is the only thing. But the All-Star game should mean something. The fact that it wasn't meaning anything, it just took away from it. There wasn't any I don't know. It took some of the, what do you call it? The prestige.
The prestige, the flair. The whatever, the excitement.
Yeah, it took away from it. But
yeah, and the thing is we get so hyped when we have super teams. And this is the opportunity that we've got two super teams going against each other.
These are the best basketball players in the world.
Yes.
And they're all on one team.
Yeah. And ways to make a kid's mind explode. That's it right there. That's what the kids want to see. It's like these two super teams going at it.
Yeah, it's like when you make your own team in like 2K or NBA Jam or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you just make your own teams or whatever. It's awesome. You got anything else in the NBA?
That wraps it up for me.
All right, let's get to OTDISH on this day in sports history. In 1926, Chicago Cubs Hack Wilson is first to hit a home run off Wrigley Field scoreboard. Nothing to do with anything except I just love the name Hack Wilson.
Hack Wilson.
Hack Wilson. That's a great fucking baseball name. Right
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome baseball name. Just hack that bitch out in the center field and let's watch it go over the fence.
I can see that as a good baseball. I was thinking golf, but I feel like that would be a bad golfer.
That would be a guy. Yeah, that's a you slice every fucking shot you make.
That maybe more appropriately is hockey.
Hockey slaps hack shot.
Yeah.
Haha, that's nice. Or he'd just be in the hacky circle.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
All right. I'll continue with that baseball theme. In 1948, future baseball Hall of Famer center fielder Joe DiMaggio
Nice.
hits 3 consecutive home runs as the New York Yankees edge the Indians 6-5 at Cleveland.
3 consecutive home runs.
So, yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, all right, that's a lot of home runs. Let me see, like, how many people have done 3 home runs in a game. Mm-hmm. Well, that's a shitload.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a shitload.
Oh, well, like, all right, not 3 home runs in a game, like 3 home runs when they're back to back to back.
Okay, they didn't really specify that one, but I had to go up more. I was like, all right, let me see how many people have hit 4 home runs in one game. I was like, that would be pretty crazy. There's a decent bit, you know. I think there's about 16.
Really?
So,
that has hit 4 home runs in one game?
Yep. So I was like, all right, well, let's go up to 5. Let's see let's go see if there's 5 home runs. And there is. There's 4 people that have hit 5 home runs in a game. Pete Snyder in 1923, Lou Frierson, 1934. I'm probably going to be mispronouncing this, but
Go ahead, just butcher away.
I mean, these names are like from the 1930s, 1940s. So, Cecile Dunn, 1936, and Dick Lane in 1948.
Dick Lane. Oh, that's great.
That's a porn star name.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you quit once you retire from baseball. You immediately if you have to have a big dick too. He's got to have a big dick.
Yeah, well, they have athletes that transition from being an athlete to an actor. I mean, he just went straight to porn from there.
Yeah, you have to. You were born to do porn. The fact that he went to baseball first is just it's preposterous. In 1992, NHL Prince of Wales Conference Final, Pittsburgh Pens beat Boston Bruins 4-0. They swept them. Fucking swept them, baby. They would go on to win the Stanley Cup that year. Mario Lemieux. That was the Mario Lemieux years.
Ooh.
Let's go Pens, baby. Let's go Pens.
All right. 1873. This is just kind of because it's kind of relevant right now, but the first Preakness Stakes. G. Barbie aboard Survivor wins with 2 minutes 43 seconds at Pimlico Racecourse, Baltimore, Maryland. Mm-hmm. But yeah, 1873. We're about to be on the 150th anniversary.
Wow.
So,
sheesh.
Pretty crazy.
It's wild how long. I mean, like it's not wild how long horse racing's been around because I guess it's been around since the dawn of time.
Yeah, exactly.
They've just been racing horses.
I'm surprised it hasn't been longer.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I'm surprised it's only been 150 years.
Yeah.
Like, why hasn't this been the 10,000th Kentucky Derby or maybe not that, but like the 10,000th horse race? Like, why haven't we been keeping up with it that long? Like, they've been around forever.
I mean, I figured that they would have at least had them during the Revolutionary War, you know, in U.S. versus the Brits.
Yeah, that would have been good. Maybe throw France in there,
Yeah,
Some
and the
South
Spanish.
America,
I
South
mean,
America.
honestly, after America was discovered, you got a bunch of different countries right here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we could have done maybe even Canada. Maybe they had some nice horses. That
the Native Americans, they could have actually been in there.
That's true.
as well.
Yeah. That's a good one. All right. Let's see. I have a couple of stats I want to throw into this segment. It's one of those like holy shit stats, wow stats.
Okay.
Here's the first one. It's absolutely insane. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the NFC North more recently than the Detroit Lions. Let that sink in for a little bit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the NFC North more recently than the Detroit Lions. That means that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers used to be in the NFC North, I think.
But yeah, I don't know what's more bizarre, like the fact that the Lions haven't won the NFC North since the Tampa Bay Bucks have been in the NFC North, or that the Tampa Bay Bucks were in the NFC North.
I don't quite understand the divisions in the NFL. Like a lot of them don't make very much sense.
I mean, were there South American teams?
I don't know.
I mean,
you'd have to go really fucking south for them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why, like, I don't know. It doesn't make, a lot of them don't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, trying to wrap my brain around this is just making things worse at this point.
Yeah, all right, well, let's move on. The New York Jets have literally never beaten the Philadelphia Eagles. They're 0-12.
Wow.
That's a good, I mean, New York and Philly hate each other, so that's a great one.
Yeah.
This one's too complicating. I don't want to do this one. This is a bad stat for Chicago, but the Bears quarterback Justin Fields only finished two players ahead of Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson in passing yards per game amongst all players in 2022.
Okay.
He was just not very good, and Justin Jefferson passed the ball a bunch, a decent bit for a receiver.
Okay, so Justin Jefferson should have the same Madden ratings as Justin Fields.
Yes. They're really they have the same first name.
Yeah.
Same Madden rating. This is a good one for the Jets. The New York Jets Super Bowl win occurred prior to the moon landing.
Wow.
It's been a while. This is my favorite one. Phillip Rivers has had 9 children, and yet is somehow not the Chargers' all-time leader in children fathered. Do you know who that honor belongs to?
Who's that?
Antonio Cromartie.
Oh, that's right.
He has 14 fucking kids.
About him.
Yeah, you remember that? He's got 14 kids, and I think they're from like 9 or 10 baby mamas too.
Yes.
It's great. He just fucked around and just found out.
Yep.
This is a funny one. This is the last one, and then we'll go. But Norm Michael, this guy was drafted in the 20th round of the 1944 NFL draft by the Eagles. However, the Eagles were not able to locate him, and Michael didn't end up finding out he was picked until 1999.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He got drafted and had no idea he got drafted. That sucks. Missed out on a lot of money.
He probably saw his name in the draft at some point and was like, oh, he's got the same name as me. He's like, oh, shoot, he went to the same college as me. Oh, shoot,
that's me.
That's me.
You got anything else for OTDISH?
That's it.
All right, let's get to NFL. We got a couple of couple of important things. R.I.P. and peace, Jim Brown. Fucking legend of the game. Mm-hmm. He's I think one of the best running backs of all time.
Oh, absolutely.
He was not only that, he was a great person. Donated charities, many charities. Was a great social worker. He stood up for he was an activist for all the right reasons and blah blah blah. He was just a great person. Now this is a sports podcast, so I'm going to go through the reasons why he's the best. He's one of the best of all time.
Okay.
Let's see. He was the 6th pick in the NFL draft. Imagine all 5 of the picks before him. Like you're just like, oh. Well, we dropped the ball on that one. Mm-hmm. He was 3-time NFL MVP. He's the only non-quarterback in NFL history to win the award 3 times. 1957, also his rookie year. 1958 and 1965. He was obviously Rookie of the Year in 1957. Mm-hmm. He won the NFL championship, not yet the Super Bowl, NFL championship in 1964. This is where it gets rich. This is where it gets rich. He's the first player in history to eclipse 10,000 rushing yards. Guess what his average yards per attempt was for his career? 5.2 yards per attempt.
That's insane.
Bro, you just hand him the ball twice, he gets a first down. Every time.
Every time.
On average. And get this. This is insane. He's the only player to average over 100 yards a game. He averaged 104 yards per game his entire career.
Entire career.
He had, and just to put it in perspective, Barry Sanders only averaged 99.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think that Walter Payton only had 88.
Yeah.
So, that just puts it in perspective. He's the only one that recorded that.
Mm-hmm.
He had 106 total rushing touchdowns in 118 games.
He was just a touchdown machine.
And to go along with that, he had 20 receiving touchdowns. He averaged more than a touchdown a game.
Yeah.
So basically, when you played against Jim Brown, he's gonna score a touchdown. He's gonna get over 100 yards, and he's just gonna maul you for at least five yards a carry throughout his entire career. Let's see, he held the yards per carry record by a running back. That's a minimum of 750 carries from his retirement in 1965 until Jamal Charles broke the record in 2012. I kind of forgot about Jamal Charles. That man, right? That is for 3 years. That man was the number one fantasy running back in the entire NFL. Mm-hmm. He would always be picked number one, and he was a monster.
Oh, absolute monster.
Yeah, but he just fell off the planet, I guess.
I actually, believe it or not, just for recency, I actually thought that was the best comparison that I thought for Bijan Robinson.
Jamal Charles?
Was Jamal Charles. I compared those two styles of plays, and I was like, you know what? I think that's the best one that I saw. Because a lot of people, they were getting a lot of them, especially Saquon Barkley was a player comp for Bijan Robinson. And I hate to do the recency bias type of comparisons, because I think sometimes they get too much into that.
It's way too much.
Yeah. So
we are just ADHD out of our minds as a country, and so it's the most recent thing is the most shiny thing.
Yeah. So and it's not that hard to extend your, parameters a little bit farther, along, or a little bit wider. Yeah. Because you could find some, good players, and that was one of them. But just a side note.
Right. Back to Jim Brown. This might be one of the craziest stats I've ever seen. In his 1963 season, he put up 1,863 yards. That's impressive nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive nowadays. What makes it even more impressive is he did that in 14 fucking games. 14 games, he averaged 133 yards per game. 6.4 yards per rush attempt.
Yep. That's pretty insane.
That year, he didn't. For some reason, he didn't win MVP that year. I'd have to look up who won MVP that year, but he should have 4 MVPs. That is an insane year for a running back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are some of the things I looked up on Jim Brown. Do you have any that I missed?
So he also, when he played from 1957 to 1965, did not miss a single game.
Oh, that's my favorite thing to hear.
That's just durability right there.
That's up here. That's mental toughness as well as physical toughness.
And so, obviously I went and checked out some of his highlight reels as well, because I was just, especially older players like that, you always got to check into the highlights. It just gets you all riled up and everything.
Yeah, because we weren't around to see it.
Exactly. But if you notice how he runs and how he ran the ball back in the day, we actually remember how we talk about who the best athletes on the field. How do they hold the ball?
What do you mean?
Like a loaf of bread.
Like a loaf of bread.
Yeah. You know how they have it away from them, but they're usually the best athletes.
Right.
It's just they don't have any fundamentals when it comes to ball carrying. That's exactly how Jim Brown ran with the ball, and he didn't fumble it at all.
That's a telltale sign that you are the best. That he's the best.
He's just the best.
Okay. That's pretty cool. He said he was a trailblazer.
Yeah. Oh, trailblazer for all the athletic runners.
Right. Well, no, it's Trailblazer for us, though, like, because that's how we scout talent.
Oh yeah,
If you can do that and not fumble the ball, you're boom 99 Madden rating automatically in my book.
Yeah, because we learned that from Jim Brown.
We did, yes.
So, but also just sped past, defenders. Like it was night and day. It's awesome to see a type of player like that. And
I wish you would have been able. I wish we could have seen him in this day and age.
In his heyday, yeah. Little not as known, but crazy amount of films that he's been in. He was an actor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was his post-football career.
Post-football career, he went into the spotlight. Starred in a couple of films. He starred in 100 Rifles alongside Burt Reynolds.
There you go.
And also was in Any Given Sunday, a couple episodes of The A-Team, The Dirty Dozen, and quite a bit of more films. Actually, I looked up his filmography, and it was
a lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. Good for him. Good for him. I think everybody would want to maybe dabble in being an actor. I know I've dreamed about being an actor. That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, some athletes do that as well. I mean, you do have to have a little bit of a knack and personality for it.
No, acting takes talent. It takes talent. You can't just because you're a really good sports player doesn't mean you're gonna make a good actor.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, there. R.I.P. and peace, Jim Brown. You got anything else on him?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Last bit of information. Joe, I think you had something.
Yeah, actually, I've got a little, new segment along. The Backstreet Boys Now Tell Me Why award.
Okay.
And that goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers for extending Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, why?
So, yeah,
that is appropriate.
Which prompts the question, now tell me why.
Mitch Trubisky signed extension with the Steelers for 2 years because
you don't have enough quarterbacks?
Yeah. He's supposed to be a mentor?
He's a mentor?
Mitch Trubisky is supposed to have competition with Kenny. Whoops. My microphone dropped.
Down goes Mike.
But he's supposed to be in competition with your new quarterback that you're trying to establish confidence with, like Kenny Pickett. Like, you don't want him to be competing, really competing for his job already. Like, I don't know. You put all your stock in Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I mean, you just have another player, from the Pittsburgh Steelers that, doesn't want to see Pickett succeed.
Right.
So, I mean, we already have Ben Roethlisberger who thinks that way.
Yeah,
he thought that way.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
I saw those.
Yeah, way to hide that.
Yeah, right. Big Ben, you're so bad at lying. You're almost as bad at lying as you are staying healthy.
Yep.
All right. Let's get to our draft. Oh, we have our little the top network sounds. Who went first last time? Do you remember who went first last time?
Well, we flipped a coin.
I know, but who went first last time? Who won the coin toss?
I thought I did.
Okay. Well, I don't have a coin, so I'd say I'll go first this time.
Is there a coin flipping app?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking it up.
But let's see. I'm trying to think. Do we have anything around here?
I feel like there's something you can flip. I mean, honestly, you can flip your phone, but I mean.
All right, yeah, I'll flip my phone on the floor here. This is gonna make for great podcasting.
Yes, of course.
All right. Do you want the screen side or the not screen side?
Give me screen.
Screen? Okay. Yes.
Nope.
All right.
I should have known better. I mean, the screen breaks all the time because it hits face down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Should have been better on that one.
Yep. I'm gonna go first. So it's the top network sounds. So basically when you're watching a football game or a sports game, and that sound that comes on when they come out of commercial break, and it's some of the best, just most epic and orgasmic sounds of all time.
Yeah, intro theme.
Yeah, it's just that's exactly. All right, so I'm gonna start with mine. I'm gonna do this is an easy 1-1 for me. We're gonna go back and forth. By the way, we're not doing a snake draft. It's just one after the other. The SEC on CBS. I'm gonna have it. That's just play it. Yeah, let's see. Waking up on Saturday and then hearing that.
Just literal chills.
Just, All right. SEC on CBS.
Very nice, very nice. That's it. That is a very good one. Definitely a first rounder, for sure.
What you got?
All right. With my first pick, I am going to go with the NFL on Fox.
Fuck.
I mean, it's a number one. It's a first rounder. For sure.
I was hoping you wouldn't.
It's pretty iconic. Honestly, whenever you actually think of the NFL, that's the one most people think of first. Mm-hmm. And we'll play it right now.
They got that fucking football robot thing.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, pause it. Yeah, that's that is the best. When you think of the NFL, that's what comes in. That's what comes to mind. Let's see. I am going to do with my number 2 pick. I like the Monday Night Football, the ESPN Monday Night Football.
Okay.
It's I don't know. I think it just sounds better for me. I don't know how else to describe it. Here, play it. Yeah. See, that's epic.
Yeah, I mean, it's also one of those that comes to mind whenever you think of the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that iconic. Yeah, it makes sense.
All right. What you got? Your turn.
I'm going to go with March Madness on CBS.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, I
had that one written down.
Yeah, that one's it's definitely a throwback for sure. You just, going back to the craziness, and then you just starts off the craziness of March Madness, and then you just hear like this. It's just like the continuation of that madness happening.
Yep. One thing I noticed when I was picking all of mine, a lot of them sound like very similar.
Yeah,
I was getting to a point where like they were like running together in my head. Let's see. I'm gonna do. Damn, we got a lot of football.
Oh, definitely.
I think I might go NFL on CBS.
NFL on CBS.
Yeah.
Okay.
NFL on CBS. That's going to be my number 3 pick. We're just doing top 5, by the way.
Yeah. So NFL on CBS right here.
Yeah. See, that's awesome.
I feel like that one's like got a meat on the bones.
It does have,
It's
got some meat on the bone.
A little bit.
But them trumpet blaring.
Yeah.
All right, what you got?
All right, let's see what I'm gonna do with my third pick.
Speak up.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking. I'm contemplating. Thinking to myself.
Number 3.
I'm going to go with the MLB on Fox Sports. This is going to be a surprise pick here.
What does it sound like?
So this is the MLB on Fox Sports.
Oh, yeah, I know this one.
It's a pretty good one. It's an underrated one.
It's pretty fucking good.
This is my sleeper pick.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's a good one.
Yeah.
For my 4th pick, I'm gonna go with the NBC Olympics theme song. Like dun.
Yeah.
Dun dun.
One by John Williams. He was one of the best composers of all time.
Of all time, dude.
Here we go.
This is. It's epic.
Yeah.
It is epic.
I mean, you're walking out with the different countries, and they got the torch. They light the torch. Yeah, it's iconic.
Yeah. Yep.
Known around the world.
Yeah, it is worldwide. Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
That is the Pitbull of intro theme songs.
Okay, so
you're number 4.
That was your number 4.
Yeah.
All right,
I got mine written down.
Yeah, that one got me a little bit. It's gonna keep.
We just both went real football heavy right off the bat.
Yeah,
it's definitely like that's. Yeah,
I mean, it's understandable.
Understandable.
I mean, given the percentage of what I've devoted my entire life already at this point, yeah, I mean, it just kind of it goes along the lines of that.
All right, what's your number 4?
Let's see here.
Great podcasting.
I know. Let's go with an iconic one. Maybe not the most pumped up one, but the Masters.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
It's definitely an iconic, maybe not, like I said, it's not the most, like...
It's peaceful. It's not something that's going to get you fired up, but it'll be, like, nice and, like, oh, this is good. I'm happy. I'm in my happy place.
This is what I feel like golfers have on repeat in their heads. Like, this is how you have to play good golf, is, like, listening to something like this.
That's the only way they stay sane.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, if like Slipknot comes into your mind, you're done. You're completely just shanking every shot.
Right. You can't be listening to Disturbed. You got to be like on Mozart.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good one. The Masters is a good one. All right, let's see. Let me think. My last one. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna go with the curveball here. And I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this, but does Carrie Underwood singing for Sunday Night Football count?
I knew you were gonna do that. I just knew it. I knew it.
Does
I
it
didn't
count?
even cue it up because.
Does it count? I mean, like everybody knows. Waiting all day for a Sunday night. Does it count?
I guess it counts.
I mean, it's not really. It's kind of along the theme.
I mean, it's sang before every Sunday Night Football. All right, I'll give it to you.
All right, cool. I'll take it.
That's
my number 5 pick.
Yeah, we'll let the audience decide on that one. But all right, so that one wraps up yours. Honestly, you still got some good ones in here.
Some really good ones left.
Yeah,
that was like I said, that's my curveball.
Yeah,
and I just love watching Carrie Underwood. She's so fucking hot.
Yeah, I mean that was
She's like we all know she's a great singer, but it's just like it puts together. She got the show.
Wait, she sings during that part?
Oh yeah, dude. So nice.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a joke, but
yep. I got it.
So. Let me see. There's definitely some good ones still on the board. The NHL on NBC actually was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I listened to that one. That was good.
Amazon Thursday Night Football hasn't came into full effect yet. I don't know if it will or not.
That's the worst one.
I mean, it's not. Yeah.
Bezos, you got to do better, bud.
Yeah, Sunday Night Football on NBC. It's pretty good, but I don't know. I just think there's some better ones out there.
Sunday Night Football. If I didn't pick Carrie Underwood, I would have picked Sunday Night Football on NBC.
I'm going to go with, this one's a little bit of a new one, but honestly, I feel like the prestige of it right now is what actually gives it its flair right now. But college football playoffs.
Is that what you picked?
Yep.
It sounds like something that Peter Jackson would have put in his Lord of the Rings movies.
Something like that, yeah. Or maybe a Pirates of the Caribbean or something like that. Or maybe Greatest Showman.
Yeah, Greatest Showman or what? Yeah. All right, well, there you have it, our top 5. Some honorable mentions. Obviously, the NBC Sunday Night Football. Play that one. That one probably should have been picked.
The NBC?
Yeah, NBC one. Play it.
I know a lot of people do like this one.
Here. All right. That one's great. The NBA on TNT is awesome. The Sports Center jingle is iconic.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN college football. Dude, College Game Day needs a better one.
Yeah.
College Game Day, that one kind of sucks.
I mean, for as good as there are college ones, that one kind of doesn't meet up to the expectations.
No, that one kind of sucks. What else do we have?
I have an honorable mention, just recency bias, but Formula One.
What is theirs?
So they have one by kind of a composer, Brian Tyler. And this is it. It's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, hit pause. That's not bad. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good. I did not even think that F1 had one. But yeah, there you go. Do you have any honorable mentions?
That was the one I had.
The best.
Yeah, and then I mean, there's the old Thursday Night Football theme was a good one. Old BCS theme was a good one as well.
Old BCS was good too. Yeah, that was great. We retired that into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that was a classic. And then old NBC, the one from 91 to 02 that one actually was a song though. If you remember, I'm trying to remember exactly what song it was. I'll think of it once it comes up. This one. It's The Heart of a Champion.
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah.
I remember that one. That's such a good one. That's so good.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was on the borderline of like not because it was a remix of a song, sort of.
No, that would have worked.
Well, obviously, because you had Carrie Underwood.
Okay. Yeah. No shame in my game. All right. Let's move on to the PGA Championship. We'll wrap things up with this and like a tiny little bit of hockey talk. Congrats to Brooks Koepka. He might be like the guy I'm most jealous of. If I could pick anybody's life on planet, I would probably like Freaky Friday with Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, no, that's true. He's so hot right now.
Dude, he's hot. He's so hot, and man, they had a video was going around the internet of him. Dude, he's just with his boys drinking out of that fucking giant trophy.
Yeah,
they're seeing how many beers they can pour in it. I'm sure there's some extracurricular activities going on, but dude, he's just broing out. He's got his fine ass fucking wife. He's living the dream. And he just doesn't care. He doesn't give two fucks. He just goes out there. He hates slow players. Mm-hmm. He said, quote, he was asked about what he's gonna do if he comes upon slow players, and he's just like he's got to just start stroking guys.
Okay, stroking guys.
That's what he said. I'm gonna start stroking guys.
Well, you got to eliminate strokes somehow.
Yeah, no, you just stroke them.
Yeah,
dude, that's how you get rid of guys. That's how you get rid of people in front of you. You just stroke them.
Okay,
just stroke them really good. Like just take your stick and just stroke them.
All right.
Like make sure you're gentle with the shaft.
Okay, I think we're going there a little.
Because like some people have firm shafts, you know, with some people need firm shafts with their swing, you know. Then you got then make sure you don't, you know, play with the tip too much.
And there goes the line.
Okay. All right. So yeah, congratulations, Brooks Koepka. Good for you. On Sunday there was only like one real moment where people were kind of nervous if you were going for Brooks. Victor Hovland came within one, I think, on Sunday, if I remember correctly. But other than that, it was smooth sailing for Brooks Koepka. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't like waiting on people. I guess he was walking slower this time so that he didn't have to wait when he got to his ball for so long.
Okay, a little bit of new strategy.
It's just so relatable. Like I don't like when I'm playing behind the slowest fucking people of all time. Mm-hmm. Like the old men that just are in like a group of six, and they just don't give a fuck. Then they play like 2 hours a hole.
Yeah.
I relate to Brooks. I don't like waiting. But yeah, congrats, Brooks.
Yeah, he's definitely hot right now. I did call Scotty Scheffler, who's finished second. I did say he was going to be my guy to bet on.
We both said Scotty Scheffler last show, so
Yep.
we got close.
We were right. I mean, we were close. We did say he was going to perform well at Oak Hill, which we were correct about.
He did.
But if, it hadn't been for, Brooks Koepka being so hot right now.
No, he's so hot.
Yeah.
He's the hottest.
Yeah,
hottest of the hots.
He's also not sober.
No, he's
not sober. I guarantee he's still not sober.
He's still drunk, or
Yeah.
he's just not sober. We'll say not sober.
Yeah. Well, that's how he put it in the interview.
Did you see he was at? I think he was at the Florida Panthers game on Monday or something. I believe he was there.
Yeah, still not sober.
Oh yeah, if you saw his eyes were like bugshot. He was fucking geeked out of his mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So status report, still not sober.
Still not sober. Okay, we'll keep up with that. Make sure. Let's see. What was the Michael Block thing? He was like
Michael Block.
Michael Block. That's it. He had that hole in one, that dunk. That was awesome. I guess he was this 46-year-old that before, like, he really. What was his story?
So he was a clubhouse golf trainer.
Okay.
So he's basically been a clubhouse golf trainer his entire life. He just basically, wakes up, does some paperwork, teaches some golf lessons, and basically that's his life.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And so basically, though, he got an opportunity to play in the PGA qualified, and honestly, what I kind of saw out there, he basically like the TV providers and the newscasters basically presented him like he was like a Make-A-Wish recipient out there, because I as they were like presenting him, like, and like all these, sobby stories and storylines and everything, it kind of made him look like he was like, he just like, was a Make-A-Wish, and this was his wish, was to play in the PGA Championship. But he also looks like the machine, like Bert Kreischer. Mm-hmm. And I know I'm mispronouncing his name, but then at the same time, like you said, the hole in one, he was playing like John Rahm.
It was awesome.
Yeah, so like
it was pretty cool to see that. He came in 15th. I think he never made more than 38,000 playing golf, and then this weekend he made like 250 grand or something like that.
Yeah,
it's a cool story. It was nice. The crazy part was like people were just asking like who won the PGA Championship, Michael Block or was it? It's Block, right?
Yeah,
Michael Block or Brooks Koepka. That one confused me because they had like half the people were saying Michael Block, and every time I look at the scoreboard, I see Brooks Koepka at the top.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they mean by that.
Yeah, I guess that's your leisure golf watchers there.
Well, no. These were ESPN analysis. Like they were doing, they were on SportsCenter.
Again, that's how they presented him, was, like a Make-A-Wish recipient. Like he was like the best.
These are the professionals that we're listening to on ESPN. Good job. All right. Anything else on the PGA?
That's about it.
Hockey recap. Florida might sweep the Hurricanes. Like, this is fucking wild, dude. These South Florida teams these last couple of years, they do not like to be disrespected, and I think they're on steroids or something because they are fucking awesome. Like,
yeah.
Think about it. I'm talking about Southern Florida teams in general. Like, maybe not as southern as Miami, but like the Heat, the fucking Florida Panthers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as of late, the Tampa Bay Lightning as of late. Mm-hmm. Like, these teams have been just dominating, not dominating, but like doing very, very well. And this, yeah.
Also, really do not like Boston heavyweights.
No.
Like to eliminate them very quickly.
Yes. Fuck Boston sports. So let's see. The Florida Panthers might sweep, and Vegas Golden Knights are looking like the best team in the league. They're looking hot. They're looking really, really good.
So basically, the Denver Nuggets versus the Miami Heat.
That's essentially what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we just got the same thing. Different sports.
Yeah, different sports. Cool. I'm okay with it. You got anything else?
That's about it.
All right. Well, we will see y'all next week. Love y'all.
Later.